What is up, Finesse family? Hopefully you guys are all having a great day today, guys. We're going to get into it today, guys. Got a couple topics to talk about for you guys, and we're going to break down things you guys sent to me. Let me get this up. We're going to talk about what is going on today, guys, around different topics in news and trending things you guys sent me that you wanted to talk about. We're going to get straight into it, all right? So here, guys, issue with Ginuwine, your favorite R&B soulful song singer. Ginuwine says he passes out during rehearsal for the Criss Angel Magic Show. So I don't know if you guys remember Criss Angel and his show, but anyways, there's a new show on TV where people come on and they do magic tricks, and I guess he judges them. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about everything else that's going on with Kanye, Candace. There's issues going on. There's all kind of things going on, guys, around the world, and we're just going to talk about those. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Mrs. B Finesse of millennialfinessemindset.com. And here, guys, we talk about all things that deal with getting understanding what our mindset, health, wealth, mindset shift, motivation, things to get us going. And we also talk about things that are socially going on to help us get understanding and to help us have these conversations with our families and friends, guys. So let's get straight into these topics. Once again, as you're coming in, guys, make sure that you guys hit that thumbs up. If you have not, make sure you guys are sharing the content. Guess what? Because sharing is caring, guys. Make sure you are sharing this information, and we're going to get straight into this, guys. Make sure also, guys, if you haven't, that you have checked the different postings, and afterwards, especially if you're in the hashtag game, make sure that you guys replay game, sorry, I said hashtag, make sure that you guys comment after the stream, right? Our focus today is, are you in agreement with these stunts and tricks that are going on today, especially around the world socially? All right, so specifically, let me know if you agree or disagree with the topics that we're talking about today, and tell us why. All right, so let's get straight into it, guys. Let's go. All right, guys, so the first topic that you guys wanted me to discuss and talk about is this situation that was going on with Ginuwine, right? So I'm going to get straight into the video. I want to kind of preface what happened just so you guys know. All right, so here is the report. It says Ginuwine, let me get this up so you guys can see. All right, so it says Ginuwine loses consciousness during a magic stunt with Criss Angel. All right, it says Ginuwine was recently hospitalized after participating in a magic stunt gone wrong. So what I did find out, guys, is actually this stunt happened, I believe, about a month or so ago. This isn't anything recent that just happened. So the incident occurred earlier this week as the single rehearsed for CW's Magic with the Stars with magician Criss Angel. However, things took a turn for the worse when Ginuwine lost consciousness. So per Ginuwine, I believe he said this in a tweet or on Twitter or maybe his Instagram, but he said that he was okay, and he also said that this actually was recorded a while back, and that I believe he said it's roughly a month. So let me get this up so you guys can see what happened. All right. Okay, so here we go, guys. If you're in, also make sure you guys hit the thumbs up. If you're in here, hit that thumbs up and share. Sharing is caring. Let's go. Let's see. First off, can we hear it? Did you guys hear it? Let's see. Give me a second. Okay, let's go. You guys said you did. All right. So that's him, guys. He's actually like inside a cage. So the stunt apparently was him trying to hold his breath, I believe, inside like a chain cage. Yeah, I believe that's what it was. Him holding his breath inside a chain cage. And apparently, what he did is, if he loses consciousness or if he feels unsafe, he's supposed to like hit on the box, and that's them carrying him out of the water. Which is crazy too. Like okay. And once again, guys, like I said, as far as him attempting to sound, a lot of times when they do things like that, it's supposed to be obviously they had the medical people around, so he was okay, which is great. But yet and still, I'm wondering, do they check to see, like, can you even hold your breath? Like, I don't know anybody that would do that stunt if they're not sure they can actually hold their breath underwater that long. So let's kind of read and see specifically what's going on. It says, although he failed in rehearsals, he still went ahead with the stunt. Oh, okay. So it says right here that he failed in rehearsal. Let me get the other picture up so you guys can see. Okay. Here, guys, let me get this other one up for you. So actually, guys, he attempted, and that's what I was thinking. Normally, like somebody, if they can hold their breath and they can attempt to do a stunt like this, it shouldn't be an issue even being underwater. But the simple fact that the report was saying that in the rehearsals, he was not attempting the stunt well. So that would have been a sign that I would have just stopped right there. Okay, let's go into what actually happened, guys. Once again, if you're just coming in, we're talking about the issue about Ginuwine, the R&B singer who almost passed out and drowned. He was doing a stunt for Criss Angel. There, so you guys can see him. Okay, he was doing a stunt for Criss Angel's show. And let's see, it says the show is called Magic with the Stars. It's a CW show, right? And it says, so in that video we just saw, he was surrounded by staff members, and they immediately pulled him out of the box and attempted to calm him down before he fell unconscious. So I guess he probably must have had kind of a panic attack or something after he got out of the water, and then he was unconscious. It says a source at the scene said the singer was taken to a hospital but later made a full recovery, which is good. That's really good that he was fine. It also says it happened also fast. It was like he tapped out in a fight, the source says. In the show, he was trying to overcome his fear of being underwater, as he couldn't hold his breath for longer than 15 seconds trying the stunt out. Okay, so he was trying to actually face a fear during this. He wanted to face one of his fears, and that is the reason why he attempted this stunt. Okay. I don't know if I would have faced my fear in front of people, especially on a live event like that, but to each his own. All right, it says, although he failed in rehearsals, like I mentioned earlier, he still went ahead with the stunt on the show, and everyone was in tears, the source continued. The upcoming series will premiere October 22nd. So the actual show will premiere in, it looks like a week or two, right? And it says, and features celebrities training with Angel to create magical performances in Las Vegas. Okay, so the show, it's called Magic with the Stars, is based around celebrities, it says, and they're going to train with Angel to create magical performances. All right, let's see. It says his real name is Elgin Lumpkin, and he was carried unconscious from the scene. He now he has now made a complete recovery and is said to be fine. I'm trying to get him actually when he was speaking. It says he was submerged in a cube filled with water and attempted to hold his breath, wanting to overcome his fear of water. And it says the video surfaced online, which shows the singer enclosed in the tank. He is then seen panicking, and the crew quickly take him out, and they ask him if he's okay. The singer nods before eventually passing out. So he probably got a lot of water. He probably got a lot of water down his nose or throat. That's probably why he passed out. Since the source has revealed that an ambulance was called on the spot and Ginuwine was carried out unconscious. The singer has now fully recovered. Despite the incident, he went ahead with his performance on the show, receiving praise from fans. Okay, so he actually did the show after this attempt. So this attempt, I don't believe was recorded or live, from what I'm understanding. It says, we already read that part. Let's see. So here's a guy, if you want to know who Criss Angel is. He said, I think he used to do a show called Mind Freak. I don't know if you guys remember that show. But it says Criss Angel also faced a similar incident a few years back. Musician Criss Angel also faced a similar incident, passing out during a stunt in 2017. I don't believe that his show comes on anymore. He says he was trying an upside down straight jacket escape and lost consciousness and had to be rushed to the hospital. I think that one, it looked like he kind of had like a noose or something wrapped around his neck. It was weird. He says, this is real. I blur the lines between reality and illusion, but this demonstration and the risks that are at stake are no joke. And I know he's known for, especially in Vegas, guys, he's known for doing the trick or illusion where he's spinning in midair with like nothing around him. He does that trick a lot, apparently. It says, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And for me, it's always been pushing my envelope, he said after recovering. A day later, he returned to perform the same stunt on stage. It says Magic with the Stars is set to premiere October 22nd on CW. The show will feature celebrities training and performing magic stunts with Angel, who will be joined by Lonnie Love and magician Lance Bruce as judges. Okay, so those are all the people that are at the show, a part of the show. All right. If you're just getting in, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. What we're talking about now is your favorite R&B old school singer, Ginuwine. Yeah, that is him. Ginuwine's got his salty hair and everything, right? So guys, he had passed out during an underwater magic stunt that went on recently. He's going to be on the show, Criss Angel show, Magic with the Stars, and he is trying to face his fear of water and being underwater. So first off, I do got to give him shout out for that, because a lot of people don't even run towards their fears or anything that they're scared of. They actually run away and they avoid them. So the simple fact he actually did this show with a premise and purpose, I think is very encouraging to many people, because a lot of people have fear of water. And but I don't know if I would do it in a sense of a stunt, because that might if something was to happen, it might trigger you or put you in shock or make you even more fearful if something happened in the midst of you trying. And so once again, guys, he's going to be on that show. Let me find, I want to get the part where he was talking so you guys can see. That's the guy, Criss Angel, whose show that he's on. And give me a second, guys. I'm going to see if I can get the video of him talking so you guys can see. All right. Well, hopefully you guys are having a good day. Hopefully you are winding down, getting ready for your weekend, and you guys are enjoying yourselves. What we are discussing, guys, is this underwater stunt right now that Ginuwine was in and part of. Once again, on what I seen the streams with him talking and the couple videos, he said this was actually recorded about a month or so ago, and he said that he is okay. And he appreciated that everyone sent well wishes to him, right? And everyone wished him well. All right, let's see if I can get it. Let's see. While I'm doing that, I'll let you guys see what happened again, and then we'll get to the next story. There we go. Let's see. That's gotta be super scary too. Once again, if just getting in, hit the thumbs up. That is Ginuwine.
No. Wait.
That is a video of him actually on the stunt that he reportedly passed out on when he was rehearsing an underwater thing that he wanted to do. So let me get this up. Here is him speaking, just so you guys can see an update of how he's doing. Where was it? Ginuwine. Okay. All right, guys. You're just getting in. I am going over events and things that you guys wanted to talk about that happened this week. We're talking about Ginuwine right now. There was a big trend or viral thing going on saying that he had passed out or that he had drowned or that he wasn't okay. And I'm updating you guys on that information so you know exactly what happened. That wasn't actually the deal. So let's see if we can get this up so you guys can see what happened. And this is him actually talking, guys. All right, let's share it. Share screen. Hopefully, once again, you guys are having a great day today. It is Friday, guys. Friday. And we're back again this week for you guys. Another Freestyle Finesse Friday. Let's go. Here is him talking, guys.
What's up, y'all? Listen.
Could you guys hear him? Okay, good. You guys say you can hear him. Okay, here we go.
That's funny. That was a month ago, man. I guess the episode is probably about to air or whatever, but nah, your boy is good. Superman, y'all already know that. I'm good. I'm at the airport now, about to head out, so it goes on. We good. Thank y'all for caring and all that. You know, I appreciate that. But your boy is good. All right? Peace.
All right, guys. So that is an update on it. He is okay. There's nothing as far as physical impairments wrong with him at this point. Everything is okay with him. Once again, this stunt trick that he tried, this was about a month or two ago, he said. So he is very much so okay. There's nothing wrong with him. All right. So let's get into the next thing that you guys sent me. All right. And we are talking about all this that is going on. Like I told you guys, these stunts and tricks that are going on with people. Here we go. Let me share this. All right. All right, guys. So once again, last week we talked a little bit about the Kanye and the Kim Kardashian and the Candace Owens situation. It was Candace and Kanye wearing the White Lives Matter shirts last week. Now it's getting even like bigger. It's snowballing right now. So this is the thing you guys really want to talk about. So we're going to break all this stuff down. All right. So basically, guys, okay, let me kind of nutshell everything, and then I'll show you like the sources and the things that I have, and then we'll kind of go through everything as far as understanding psychology, all this, why some people may be doing or saying things. Is this all an issue of just wanting to be seen? Is this something where people are clout chasing? Are these people that just have a certain perspective and maybe there's no understanding on the viewer's part? We're going to break this down. All right. So basically, hold on, guys. Let me get this up so you guys can see. All right, guys. So this says Candace Owens leaked old Kim Kardashian audio of Whitney Houston insult. Okay, so let me jump back though. Let me jump back because I want to make sure you guys see. Okay, so we'll start with this one first before we get into this. Let me jump back for you guys and kind of do this in order. All right, so the first thing that there we go. Okay, so the first thing that kind of was going on that you guys sent me is the fact that said, so Kanye is in constant talks with Candace Owens, believes she's influencing him. All right, so, and then actually TMZ, they kind of retracted this, but this helps build kind of the basis on this conversation. So I want to show it to you in order, right, guys? So basically what happened, guys, is, and once again, we're talking about understanding. So if you agree with Candace in the chat, let me know if you agree with Candace Owens. If you don't agree, let me know in the chat and tell me why, right? So basically, guys, she is, if you don't know her, she is a conservative, best known for supporting Trump when he was running in his election and during his presidency. And she stands up for everything that she feels is super conservative, right? She talks a lot about issues, especially in the Black community. But specifically, she kind of cadences and goes against the whole precipice of Black people blaming other people for what's happening. Kind of a sense of that we have to look inward. And everybody says that, right? It's so interesting to me that everybody has something to say. But collectively as a group, we can't really just kind of be quiet and work together inwardly to figure stuff out before you go outwardly and just start talking and telling everybody stuff. But I digress. I think that, like I said, that's a psychological thing. It's kind of like a group mechanism that people want. What they're going to do, whatever, so they can be seen. They're going to say whatever to be seen, especially if money's involved. They're going to go to the ends of the earth, right? So let's see, guys, who's here. All right, we got OG Patrice in the building. She says greetings and salutations. Ooh, OG, I like that picture. Shout out to OG Patrice, one of the day ones in here. Hopefully you're having a great day in Arizona. BGH, shout out to BGH. Thank you. BGH is a channel member, so shout out to him for being a channel member. And once again, if you haven't considered and you've been here from day one and you support and you comment and you like and you're getting something from these conversations, you're learning, you're getting understanding, you're just getting educated or entertained, consider joining the Finesse family membership. There's levels. but you can come on in with a couple dollars, guys, monthly, and it supports the channel, it supports the vision, and it supports what we're doing here, because there's a lot going on in the background that you don't see. So shout out to BGH, channel supporter from the beginning and a channel member. Thank you. We got Vaughn Bryan in the building. He says, greetings, peace, joy, and prosperity. Shout out to Vaughn. Hopefully you and your family are doing well, your wife is doing well, and your son is doing well. Shout out to you. And Vaughn is day one too. All right, so let's get back into it, guys. Here we go. All right, so so once again, they're saying that she is allowing Kanye to she's influencing him. So you're wondering, okay, so where's the influence starting? Why does that even matter, right? How is she influencing him? All right, so let's get into this, right? So basically, guys, Candace has a movie that's coming out. It's about Black Lives Matter, right? So she's basically saying Black Lives Matter is just like a cover up. They did not do what they said they were going to do. They embezzle money. Those are things we already know, guys, right? We already know what Black Lives Matter did. So to me, the fact that I appreciate the research, if she went into actually doing kind of like an investigative study, but the ideal of, are you just trying to throw people under the bus? Because we already know, as far as the ideal of a certain person's lives matter, we know everybody matters, but specifically when there is a group of people that have been downtrodden and gone through a lot, you're going to see and notice that group needs to get representation. Now, the whole ideal of a conglomerate, yes, there was money wasted, and everybody knew that there was money wasted and embezzled. People were buying houses, $1 million houses. It was ridiculous, right? So she has created a whole movie about this, guys. And starting from Kanye West, the fashion show where he did his Yeezy show, and then she was there at the fashion show, and then after that she invited Kanye to come to her premiere for her show. So you see Kanye, you see Ray J, you see Candace Owens, and you're wondering, what does Ray J have to do with this, right? It's a whole like kaleidoscope going down. Like right, what I showed you guys earlier when you seen the thumbnail, you seen Kanye and Ray J and then Kim and then Candace. It's just such a psychological mind trick right here to me, all right? So Candace is basically saying she wants to stick up for Ray J. And this leads to what's going on in the trending part about her leaking this audio over Kim, and I'll play a little bit for you guys so you can hear it. But the overlaying ideal of this, as far as like the psychology and understanding why people do what they do, breaks down to a whole different level, right? People are saying that she's just really using Kanye, like they always say. They say Kanye's going through another mental breakdown. That's the only reason he is standing with Candace. Let me know. Do you guys think he's just going through another mental breakdown? But let me get up some, because you know, guys, I like to look things up. I like to get some back knowledge on this situation. Where did I have that about Candace? So I'm wondering, do you guys, let's see how astute you guys are. Before I bring this up, why would there be a conflict of interest right now? I want to see if anybody knows history going back to 2018 with Candace and Kanye. Does anybody remember what happened with Candace and Kanye in 2018? That's what made my spidey senses go up, because I'm like, I don't remember this lady before 2018, right? I mean, you guys know I'm just getting into social media and just getting into all things being on social media, especially with just starting this YouTube channel. So I don't really know about all the ins and outs. I know about things as far as if anything I've read and studied, and I know various different topics dealing with social issues, but I really didn't know about it before I actually say 2018. So I want to see if the Finesse fam knows, why is it a conflict of interest now with Candace and Kanye working together? What was it, the big thing that was going on back in the day where there was a conflict of interest? What did Candace do? I'm gonna give you guys about 30 seconds. I want to see if the Finesse fam knows, and I don't mind if you Google it, especially those on the replay. I mean, learning is learning. So if you got to Google it to find the answer, that's fine. But let me know what happened between them and why this does not make sense. At least it doesn't to me, right? All right, so let's see what you guys are saying. We got BTB in the building. Hey, BTB, little bro. Hopefully you're having a great day. Thank you for stopping by and supporting as you always do. Another day one. Shout out to the day. This is the day one stream. We got a lot of day ones in here that support a lot. I appreciate you guys. OG Patrice says she's not saying anything we don't already know about being. That's what I was thinking, OG. And you guys know I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, especially when I'm listening. I'm always listening for understanding, but I watch the cadence in people's voice and the tone. And from the jump, you cannot say Candace Owens is stupid. She don't know what she's talking about. You literally can't say that if you honestly listen to her with an open ear to hear, because she does say a lot of truths. Now, some things I believe are just kind of totally skewed just from her perception. But she's very wise, and she knows a lot about different social justice topics. Now, I don't agree with everything she's saying, but you cannot just say I don't want to listen to her just because you don't like her view, because she does state a lot of facts about things. Let's see. Hey, shout out to Peter Investor M, another channel member. Shout out to the channel members today. I appreciate you guys' support, and once again, you guys should consider joining if you haven't joined the Finesse family channel here. Peter Investor M says, Mrs. B Finesse, salute to you and your chat. Thank you, Peter. I appreciate you. And thank you for your continued support. Peter the Investor. Also, shout out to Crystal, a new channel member. I think she joined last Friday. Shout out to Crystal, new channel member. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you joining the channel and showing that you believe in the vision. Shout out to Crystal for joining last week. Let's see. The real Erica says probably using each other, but what happened to Ray J's big sister Brandon? Hey y'all. Yes, I got that too. Real Erica. I just read up on that a couple hours ago. Something about her having a seizure, because allegedly Ray J was saying something recently about deleting himself or something, and then they said like literally the same day or the next day she had a seizure. So I try to look that up too after I kind of get into this, because I kind of got this built up so I can get you guys like all the information so you know everything to make your speculation on this situation, right? Let's see. BTB says, I am big sister. I hope you're doing. Yeah, I'm doing great, BTB. I hope you're having a great day. I'm always well. I appreciate you guys' support. Hey, we have Miss Ine in the building. Shout out to Ine. Another day when I appreciate your support and coming through and listening in on this, guys. So once again, if you're here, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Also, so we can get the vision growing and we can get more people to come through, especially with our newer channels, our smaller channels. Guys, make sure you share this on your socials. This is how we've gotten this far. So this is how we've gotten this far because you guys are sharing on your socials and we are growing strong and steady. So shout out to you guys. Make sure you hit the thumbs up and make sure you are sharing, because sharing is caring, right? Let's see. Everybody saying hi. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Peter Investor M says, Miss B Finesse, thanks for the shout out. As always, Peter Investor M, I have to give credit where credit is due, guys. And you guys know, if you've been with me since day one, I don't sit here and over glorify myself and my credentials and what I do. I know what I am and I know who I am and whose I am. So I don't need to do all that. And really and truly, guys, the character of a man and who they really are, man or woman, is what other people say as far as your reputation, what other people speak of you. That is your truth, not really what you say. And I'm saying that in a sense of not over gassing yourself or over clouding yourself out. People that really genuinely say what you have given to them and what you have imposed upon them, and what you have done to help them be better. That's really your truth. And so yes, no doubt, Peter Investor M, I shout out all the subscribers. I shout out all the people that come through and consistently thumb up and share. I shout out you guys for the consistency of you guys being here from the very beginning. If you guys remember when I first started, that audio was a trip, man. But you guys still, you stuck with me. You listened. You know, you went through the ups and downs of the vision of this channel and this growth. And it's only this because of you guys' support and you know, you guys joining and sponsoring streams and you guys just showing love and sharing. So yes, I'm always going to give you guys support. I'm always going to shout you guys out because the channel wouldn't be here without you guys. The creator is nothing without the subscribers and the followers and those that come to make the channel what it is. So yes, no worries, Peter and Investor Amber, I appreciate you. Let's see, everybody saying hi to you guys. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys. Yes, guys, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you share because sharing is caring. If you haven't already and you're enjoying this, consider subscribing, guys. And you can support with Cash App. You can support with super chat, super thanks, whatever you guys want to do, or joining the channel. All right, let's get back into this because I don't want to lose my thought on this, guys. So nobody answered the question, so I'm gonna break it down. Do you guys remember Candace Owens with the Brexit situation? Remember how she was saying how Kanye was for Brexit and he was like the main person pushing her because she didn't have anybody really, like, I guess you could say big or famous supporting what she was saying. And Kanye came on and just totally demolished that. He came on social media on all platforms saying, I do not support or endorse Brexit. You guys don't remember that? Candace Owens apologizes to Kanye West after lying about the Brexit logo. Candace Owens has apologized to Kanye West in a blog post after Yeezy said he felt used by the conservative commentary to promote her Brexit campaign. And if you guys don't know the connection, now why is she have to do anything with Brexit? You guys know. I'll research it and look it up. If you didn't know, Candace Owens' husband is from over the pond. I believe he's from the UK. And his people actually are, I believe, part of the parliament or the government over there. And so her husband was really for Brexit too. Well, she's married now. I believe she got married in 2019. So she's been with him roughly like 2 or 3 years now. But when this Brexit thing was going on, I think they met then or whatever. So that's the connection if you did not know that. Yep, that is the connection. All right. All right, so let's get into this. What do I have up? All right, so it says constant talks with Candace Owens. Friends believe she's influencing him. Now you guys know Kanye does what he wants to do. I don't believe she's influencing him, but I do think she has a vested interest in something, right? So it says Candace Owens has hit at Kim Kardashian in a series of Instagram posts, accusing the reality star of planning stories about her. All right, let me get this up. All right. It says conservative commentator has publicly criticized Kardashian in the past. It says on Thursday, she voiced her objective to an article that appeared on TMZ. So that's the article you see right there. And TMZ retracted the article. And I think it's because they read these posts that Candace put up last night. So like I said, guys, I'm trying to lay the story so you guys can see what it said, but then the counteraction to what was said too, because a lot of times people will get on here and they'll just kind of post or read what they see on different websites, but they're not really justifying if there's any updates, or people they're just not critically thinking when they report and talk about stuff. But you guys know here, I do my best to try to get all the information from both sides so you can make an educated decision and just get understanding on what the topic is, right? So it says she voiced her objection in an article on TMZ's website earlier that day, which alleged that Candace had been acting as chief advisor in the day-to-day life of Kanye West. Now, come on. I don't even believe that right there. So when I seen that, I was like, there's no way. Why would he want to listen to her when just, what was that, a couple years ago, he literally vehemently came on social media and said, I do not agree with what you said, and I am not your poster boy, right? So it says, turns out, so here, this is Ray J, Kanye, and then this is Candace, right? Turns out Kanye West and Candace Owens didn't decide to wear the White Lives Matter shirts on a whim. The two have been planning it for weeks. Some of Kanye's former friends are telling us. So this is TMZ talking, right? And also, guys, what was I going to tell you guys? So TMZ retracted some of this, and I'm going to read what they retracted, but I want to read to you what they said first so you can see exactly what they were saying. So basically they're saying, they're saying sources tell us Candace has been reaching out to people on Kanye's behalf, setting up calls, meetings, and appearances. It says, we're told folks close to Kanye And it says many distance themselves from Kanye because he's connected to her, believe he's in a bad space mentally, and everyone's working to persuade him to do anything to get help because she doesn't have his best interest at heart. Last time I checked, Candace Owens, he got a husband. Right? I told you her husband is from Great Britain. His dad is like in the parliament. And if you didn't know the connection to the White Lives Matter and maybe why Candace is pushing that a lot, besides her just principle that she probably believes that, her husband is white, right? So I can understand why she pushes for that because it's to her best interest. Her husband's white, right? So here's Ray J, Kanye, and her, right? And it says, and what's more, Ye showed up to Candace's film premiere, which is the video you see, the picture above, in Nashville Wednesday. So her film is called The Greatest Lie Ever Sold, right? What do you guys think about that title to that film? The Greatest Lie Ever Sold. I mean, are we on Candace's page here? Are you guys in disagreement with her? What do you feel about this so far? Just like OG said, we already know about BLM. We understand the conglomerate of the movement. The money making part of it was a hot mess and it was a disgrace. But the ideal of saying that phrase, no, there's nothing wrong with that at all. And most people agree with it, especially here in the United States. She says, Ray J was also in attendance. A reunion, sources tell us, that was coordinated by Owens in spite of Kim Kardashian. And so basically, I'm gonna try to play the clip of the video too, guys, because it's a whole bunch. And I just, like I said, the fact that Candace brings Ray J into this on some old stuff, the Kim Kardashian, the videotape she did to get her famous, and now she's saying that Ray J should have a voice. And so because she believes Ray J should have a voice, she's going to play these audios. I just don't even see the connection with her playing the audio of Kim Kardashian. I mean, if we're going to be realistic, guys, and realists, everybody's got something in their closet they don't want people to hear. So just because you're playing an old video of Kim Kardashian lightweight cussing Ray J out, saying she hates him, and saying salacious things, and then she talked about Whitney Houston, I don't think that proves anything. I think behind closed doors, everybody's saying something they wish they didn't say and they regret. So I just thought it was a reach, gaslighting. All right, so this is if you missed the video last week, go watch it. I broke down the White Lives Matter t-shirts and where it started from, why Kanye did it, what his purpose was, and we just analyzed that whole thing. So if you want to really understand it instead of just the salacious part, why of it, psychology behind it, go watch that video. It's really good. All right. It says our sources say it's unclear if Candace is getting paid by Ye as an advisor, but one source says anyone taking money from him is taking advantage of him. And her involvement, they say she's going to run into the ground, right? So that's them. All right. So here I'm going to play a little bit of this so you guys can see what's going on. Just a little bit. Okay. Let's see. Peter, Investor M says, he says, a duo have a working relationship just as an alliance of convenience, marketing tools for the message. Exactly, Peter. It's like, and we talked about this last week. People, when you do not use critical thinking and you get very in your feelings and you get real emotional with this stuff, you miss it. Like you really, really miss what is going on. And everybody's connection with other people, there's always something that people are looking to get out of it, if that makes sense. I don't think everybody uses people, but there's always something that it's a give or take. It's called reciprocity. And now I think the whole point of this was for them to go viral, for them to be in everybody's, head and mouth. And that's just kind of business. Everybody says that, there is no bad publicity, right? No matter if you're talking good or bad about somebody, all publicity is good publicity, right? So I concur with you, Peter, Investor M. I'm not really shocked about it. I'm not, overwhelmed as far as emotion. Like, why are you doing this? People will freely think and say what they want. And it's your responsibility to be able to understand the why behind it. Because a lot of times we get caught up in emotion with these celebrities and you just get angry at them and you're just mad or whatever. But when you understand, like I said, the breakdown that we did last week with the White Lives Matter show with Kanye, he was saying that he really didn't even think that much about it. He was talking to his dad, and his dad said that'd be funny to wear it. And he said, we all know that white lives do matter. So what's the point? Like, me wearing it is me being funny, right? So let me try to play a smidget of this and see if we can get a little bit of it. So you guys,
I get a lot of feedback from you guys about me covering culture, and I just want to state one more time, I'm never going to stop covering culture because it matters. And it is because conservatives hold the opinion that it doesn't matter that we have lost so much ground to the left. It is because we have not made any investment in talking about culture that we have ceded so much ground to the left. It is because of this that we are absent in Hollywood. And it's because of this that the biggest public figures in the world are left-leaning and vote left. And they show up when it's time for election season and they stand behind these people and convince the masses, the young kids who are seized by culture. Stand behind these people and convince the masses.
Okay, so first question is, do you guys agree with her on that part? That's all she talks about. The left this, the left that, left. Right, gotcha. Do you guys agree with her on that part? I want to get into the part where she's talking about Kanye and Kim. So let me see if I can fast forward it. Hold on, let me mute.
Culture, right? They don't care about your policy. She's calling Whitney Houston a crackhead and she's yelling at Ray J. And this tape landed on my lap and I am told that there is much, much more. And it is the opposite version of the Kim Kardashian that your kids have been following. This is just a sample of the tape. Again, this is a voicemail that she left Ray J. Take a listen.
Ray, it's Kim. I just want you to know that I think you are so disgusting and desperate. Who leaves their email address on their machine? You clearly want people to call you, but yet you won't call me back. And actually, you know what? Don't call me back. Don't ever call me back. I never want to talk to you ever again. I think you're honestly a sick human being, and I think you are just so desperate that you'll do anything for attention, and you're just so disgusting. Honestly, so, have fun with old hag Whitney Houston. She's so sick, and, crack is definitely not whack with you guys, because you are just, honestly,
So we obviously know she was just mad because he was with Whitney. And as far as what she's saying, who really cares what she's saying? It's not really important. I think the whole fact that they even showed the video, let me know, Finesse fam, in the chat. Do you think this video is important? Is it evidence proving something on the grounds of the truth of what Candace is trying to prove so far? You guys let me know if you are in agreement that this video is admissible in the Finesse fam court. Is it proving anything? Let me know. Let me go forward so you guys can hear what Candace was saying about it.
So it's being alleged that she left that voicemail because she was upset that Ray J at that moment was becoming more famous than her because he was dating Whitney Houston, who obviously has now passed. Like I said, I'm just throwing that out there because there was a lot more that was presented to me from people that are in Ray J's circle. And I am basically openly inviting him to come onto the show. I can even do a separate podcast because I think the Kardashian family is potentially a Hollywood cartel. And what I mean by that, it's not that they're moving drugs, but I am talking about the control that they have in Hollywood and the lies that they have told to get to where they're going. And I think that they have left a lot of victims in their wake, Ray J included. He's rightfully angry, and I want to keep covering that because a family like this should be exposed. So Ray J, if you're seeing this, open invite. So you are not even going to believe this.
Okay, so she openly invites him to come to this show. If you don't know, she does this show, I think it's called Daily Wire, and she does that show every day, right? I think it's her podcast she does every day. All right. So what do you guys think about that part right here? It says earlier this week, Candace leaked an old voicemail from Kim to Ray J in which Kim called Whitney an old hag. So obviously there's no leak. We know Ray J gave it to you. Who else would have his voicemails, right? So I don't understand the big aha about this. Like I said, but you know, she has him there at her movie premiere. Let's see what you guys are saying. Oh yes, guys, make sure if you guys want to buy Finesse family merch, here's the shirt. Faithfully innovate, inspire, naturally effective. Seek success every day. You guys can click the link in the chat or go into the description or go into the channel and look for the store button, and you guys can buy merch there. There's sweatshirts, t-shirts, baby stuff, women, men, all kind of stuff for you guys. Even you cooks, there are aprons for you guys. All right, so let's see. Vaughn says I think it's a slap in the face. Both Kanye and Candace can kick rocks. Yeah, I mean, it's a whole kind of usury thing going on. The whole idea of the concept of people using people to get what they want, right? That whole principle of this psychological effect of I'm going to go where the masses are, and when I go where the masses are, I'm going to stay there, and I'm going to keep pushing and pushing until I get what I want, right? So that's Ray J and Whitney in 2018. All right. And it says, let's see what he was saying. I wanted to read. Okay, here's Brandy. So this was for you, Eric, the real Erica. Erica, I'm a segue. But it was basically Brandy had a seizure. That's what we're showing right there. So here we go. I want to read to you guys what somebody commented from another report, right? So let me get this up for you guys. Okay. Okay. I showed you guys a video. It says, though it's unclear when the voicemail was sent, the situation becomes even more layered as the internet was quick to recall how the TV reality star expressed her love for a Grammy winner who passed away in 2012, which is Whitney. Let's see. It says Owens. It says Owens alleged that Kim's frustration was rooted in the fact that Ray J was becoming more famous, which is that's not even a viable argument. So I don't even understand the premise of having the audio, showing the audio, and then vehemently supporting Ray J because of this audio, which is the standalone proof that you want to go against Kim. But I want to read you guys what she said because it's kind of like a bipolar. She went on a rant, I believe, on either Instagram or Twitter. I'm gonna show you guys what she was saying to Kim, and it seems like she was kind of having empathy for Kim, talking to her like mother to mother, and then she just went into this rant. But you don't want to play with me, so I'm gonna show you guys those responses, and then we're just gonna analyze the why of it, psychologically what's going on. We're breaking that down now, and then what you guys think. Do you agree or disagree? You guys are vehement in the chat. A lot of you just disagree with what she's saying and what she's doing. So this is what somebody said as a response to one of these articles. Somebody says, here's a fun fact. Now, Finesse, I want you to look this up, and people on the replay, I want you to look this up because this fact, we can prove this if this is true or not. So look this up. If you're on the replay, look this up, and in the comment section, let me know if you found any evidence of this. It says, here's a fun fact. This is somebody that commented. Candace, up until about a year before 2016 elections, Candace was a progressive liberal with a YouTube channel. Did anybody know that? Did you guys know Candace Owens was a liberal and she had a YouTube channel? And you know what? I'm not shocked if this is true, allegedly. I'm not shocked because a lot of times, guys, what happens is people kind of They try something, they do a stint. If it doesn't work and it doesn't stick, they try something else. And don't get me wrong, we're human, so we got the right to pick and choose whatever we want. We can change, and sometimes, like I said, the whole point of this channel and these streams is to get understanding, because a lot of times you just don't know what you don't know, or you don't have enough proof, facts, and evidence and grounding on a subject to be somebody that's a specialist or expert in it. And it takes kind of listening and researching, right? So look it up, especially in the #replay group, and put it in the comment section after the stream. Let me know if you found any evidence on this. Once again, it says before the 2016 elections, it says she was a progressive liberal with a YouTube channel. It says one problem: she wasn't making any money and was evicted from her apartment for not paying rent, allegedly. Candace closed her YouTube channel and disappeared for a few months. Now, does that make sense, guys? What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that? Also, it says, after a few months, Candace reappeared as a far-right conservative, and the rest is history. Right? So basically, in a nutshell, they're saying she was going one way. I guess the channel probably wasn't hitting. She wasn't getting clicks and views. And then it says about a year or so later, she came back with a vengeance, and she became a far-right conservative, right? And they said the rest is history. Because I never heard of her and seen her before. I think the first time I kind of really paid attention to her was, I think, when she went on the Revolt channel. And I don't know if you guys remember that. Let me know, Finesse family, if you do remember it. When she went on the Revolt channel, I believe it was Killer Mike, T.I., and a couple people. It was like a panel. And I don't remember if they're talking about Black Lives Matter or the state of wealth and money in Black America. Something in the sense of that. And I remember she got on there and she started talking, and they just literally just hammered her. They wouldn't let her talk. They wouldn't let her speak. They kept cutting her off. Now, that's one thing I don't agree with. Like, if you're going to have a panel of people, I think everybody, you guys know, we've done panels since the jump in the beginning, and you guys have experienced panels here with me. And I really believe that whoever comes up on the panel, as long as you're not being salacious, disrespectful, calling people out their name, excessive abuse of wordings, or being belligerent to people, I think everybody has the right to explain themselves or whatever their side is, especially to get understanding, right? And understand that just because you explain your side doesn't mean everybody's going to agree with you. So don't go in situations and in audiences expecting, when you explain something, that everybody's going to agree with you, because they won't. But always be prepared to explain for understanding, because you don't know who you're going to touch, and you don't know who really needs to hear what you have to say, right? So basically, they didn't let her talk, and they just kind of cut her off. And she was trying to talk, but it was just obviously because people don't like Candace Owens because she supported Trump, and that was like that Trump. I think Trump was probably in the office then. So nobody wanted to hear, and she was in an audience of her peers, Black people. And so she took that and ran with it. And that's what I really hate. I hate when people get into a environment, or they get in a situation they get in a situation, and then they use that situation to perpetuate their ideals about things. So simple fact, she went there, all Black audience. It's quick for her to go on other platforms and say, well, my own people won't listen to me. My own people won't support me. And guys, every culture has that. Every group of people, there are subsets that won't support the main idea or what ideals are. This is how we are as humans. But I don't think that's wise to use as a stance. And that's what a lot of people do. And then they get hordes of other people to follow them because there's no understanding. You're just following somebody you have emotional feelings to. You're emotionally connected to how they made you feel, and you're not using critical thinking, right? So yeah, I totally agree to that. Yes, if you're new to the channel, welcome, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, if you've been here listening this long, go ahead and subscribe. So yes, Finesse, if you don't know, stands for faithfully innovating, to inspire, to be naturally effective, and to seek success every day. That is my ideal and my stance in life, and I'm hoping that you use those same goals and ideals and attributes for your life and your family as you move forward, right? All right, guys, so let me get into show you what she was posting to Kim. Let me get this up so you guys can see it. Okay, so this is last one we have for you guys. And that was Newsweek. So my question to you guys is, do you believe she's just riding the wave of using people? Or do you believe she has a stance and she has the right to say what she's saying? Because I look at merit. I look at what you're standing on when you're speaking. And if you have anything to stand on instead of your emotions. And we are humans, so we are naturally and innately emotional. There's nothing wrong with being emotional, but you cannot judge every situation and every thought through emotions, because what you're going to do is you are going to react with those emotions, and it is not going to be something where, if you sit back and think about it, that you would have chose to do if you weren't emotional, right? And this is what we just do as human beings. You have to guard your heart. You have to be able to control your emotions with people you like, you don't like. That is the peace in life, if you can control your emotions, right? Or figure out a way that when you do feel like you're going over the edge, or you're getting to going down some type of tunnel, that you can bring yourself back. Find mechanisms to bring you back. So let's break this down. Here we go, guys. She says, this is what she was saying in, looks like, I don't know if this is Instagram, probably so. So this is the first thing that she sent, Candace sent to Kim, right? She says, the Kardashians need to stop planning these ridiculous stories about me at TMZ TV. And so let me read you guys an update, because I didn't tell you. TMZ put update this morning. Candace Owens tells us she had no part in planning the shirts with Kanye West, nor has she been working as an advisor, saying despite the veracity of the statements White Lives Matter, it is patently false that Ye and I were planning it for weeks, as you claim in your story. Let's see, she says, as you will recall from my interview with Tucker Carlson, I had no idea I would be wearing the t-shirt until I arrived in Paris as a guest to Ye's fashion show. So that doesn't make sense. So what, somebody gave you the shirt, or you just had it in your bag and you said, I'm going to wear it? And last time I checked, guys, when people go to fashion shows, they overdress. Like they dress to impress. They don't just wear a regular plain t-shirt. And if they do, they jazz it up, right? So I'm not believing that part, but you know, to each his own. She says, she continues, and this is the update TMZ put on their website. I am grateful to have been by his side for such an iconic moment, which fostered a much needed national conversation. What's iconic about you wearing that shirt? That's not iconic. And to me, that's gaslighting, and that's you idolizing yourself, or over reaching. That's not iconic at all, right? She says, also, now I do like and agree with the idea that there's a needed national conversation, because there is. The whole tabooness of race and having these conversations in different areas and different diasporas and different environments is necessary. I don't like the fact that it's so, like I said, taboo, and people are scared to talk about it, and or they're scared to admit or agree to things that happen because of maybe the outcome of what can happen. Now that I know I did something wrong, how do I fix that? Or how do I recompense? She also says, also patently false is the idea that I am working for Ye as an advisor, or that I have made any calls on his behalf. If it isn't yet clear, Ye has never had any problem speaking out. And that's a reason why I did not agree with or believe that statement. TMZ was just being extra salacious on that. There is no way that Kanye needs anybody to advise him, because he literally says what he wants. All right, so this is what she says right here. She says, Kim Kardashian needs to stop planning these ridiculous stories about me to TMZ. I'm honest to God, not the one you want to step to. So I'm wondering, let me get this up so you guys can see it. Okay, so I don't even know what all that's about, but I guess she wants to put fear in their heart. The Kardashians' hearts, apparently, right? Okay, OG, hold on, let me get it. If you guys want to come up, and you guys have to do that. Sometimes you got to remind me. I'm so in the story sometimes, like I forget. And I try to stay in like a time span too. But okay, so she says, I am not Hollywood. The link is there, guys. I did not play these games. This is the second post that she put up. She says, I took on Black Lives Matter and you do not want me to turn my attention to you at Kim Kardashian. So what is that supposed to be? Is that an alleged threat? What? I don't understand this. This is like backyard fighting. Like, and I don't understand why people do this either. Why do they get on, why do y'all get on social media going back and forth like you were really in person with the person? Because you know you wouldn't even do anything if you were in person. And I get it. It's an ego thing. It's the id and the ego. Not sure if you guys understand the difference, but it's this whole ego trip. Social media, how you can stand behind a wall and throw stones, right? So these two make you feel, or it alludes to her trying to kind of, which is Candace Owens, trying to kind of create a stance, I guess, right? So let's go to the third one, right? The third one says, I have never once persuaded Ye to do anything ever, and I respectfully and I respect you as a mother, and I hope your family gets back together. In fact, I will pray for it. Okay, so this is the mindset shift, and the bipolarness of it, right? First you telling her, don't step to me, don't play with me. Then you say, I respect you as a mother, and I hope your family gets back together. In fact, I will pray for it. And I'm hoping that's not condescending. I hope she means that. Your kids are beautiful, and I above anyone else know how family can be difficult. And once again, if you guys didn't know, Candace Owens recently got married maybe a year or two ago, probably 2 years. Her husband is from the UK. I believe his family is in the parliament there, which is the government. She's married to a white person. And once again, to me, this would be the connection. So anytime I talk about anybody, especially when we have stories dealing with these celebrities and their parents and their wives and mothers, there's a certain air that I deal with when I'm talking to them, because the connection as a parent, as a mother, if they are truly doing their job, that you have a grace that they will change. Now, it's not like you're just you're being ignorant to the things that they're doing, but understanding that if you can take care of children and you can kind of give yourself up for them, hopefully you can change your ways. And then the last thing she put, guys, she says, anytime I have met you, you have never been anything but kind, but I have seen up close how your media machine works. Please do not insert my friendship with Ye into the narrative. I promise you I am not the one. And I'm wondering when they became friends. That's what I want to know. Okay, I'm about to bring up people in the back. Let me get 2 more comments. I'm going to bring you up. Okay, Peter Investor M says there's a lot of misdirection with them bringing up these leaked tapes. Yeah, and I'm glad you're seeing that, Peter Investor M. And I'm hoping that the Finesse fam listening sees that, and those on this replay, because there's no connection. It's not making any sense. It's to me, it's a bait and twist, right? It's you having something to be relevant. And then the fact she says she talks about all these social topics because we need to talk about them, even though she's conservative and she's for conservative ideals. She's like, I don't know if I played it. I wasn't listening because I couldn't hear the audio playback. But that's kind of what she said in that video. She says that we have to talk about social trending issues because these are the things that are needed to talk about. And I never really heard a conservative person talk too much about trending topics. Okay, so let's see. The real Erica says, I agree with a lot of that, what she says. I give her the side eye when she speaks about the black family. I love black folks. Okay, so the real Erica says she agrees with a lot that Candace says. And I'm telling you guys, she's very intelligent. I mean, as somebody that's, been to school, educated, multiple degrees, myself, me listening to Candace, especially if you're listening with an ear to hear and you take the meat and throw away the bones, she's an eloquent speaker. And a lot of the data that she's speaking is facts, if you actually look it up. But when it gets to that emotional side, or, specifically her emotional personal preference to things, I don't concur, right? Erica says, I married a black man. Just speak about the Western family and stick to that. All right, so we're going to bring up one of the guests. We got OG Patrice in the building. Hey, OG, how are you feeling today? Can you hear me?
I am wonderful, Miss B. Finesse, how are you? Happy Friday.
I am great. I'm great. Just excited, having a lot of my day ones pop in and say hello, take time to come through the stream. And
I
just
know,
showing you guys
it's been a minute. Thank you. It's been a minute, right? It's been a minute since I've been up here on your platform, but thank you for letting me come up.
Yeah, no worries. So, OG, you got the space. Let's talk about it. You either could talk about what was going on with Ginuwine and him passing out, allegedly almost drowning, with the Chris, I forget the guys, Chris Angel thing, or this topic right here we're talking about with Candace Owens and Kanye and Ray J. What's going on, OG?
Yeah, I did not hear you talk. I heard about the Genuine thing, but I did not hear you talk about it, so I missed that part. But I did come up to talk about the Candace Owens. What's the girl name? Candace Owens. I came to talk about her pandering, race baiting self,
Mm-hmm.
and how it's funny because you are right. She did have a podcast and was a liberal once upon a time. She
Oh,
had a YouTube
really?
channel. Yes, that is
So
very true.
good. I'm glad you came up to authenticate that because I didn't know her or I hadn't heard of her. Like I said, except like a couple years ago. So I didn't even know she was married and all that. And then I kind of researched that and I seen kind of how that timetable went.
Mhm.
But so go ahead and speak on that, OG. What did you remember seeing as far as her? What do you remember? What was her talking points back then?
Well, her talking points was very liberal, was very pro blackish and all of that. And I don't know if or a lot of people or in your chat that Candace Owens schooled a school back in the day when she was I want to say, was it high school or was it like middle school? But she sued a school because of she was taunted, teased, and had white people were calling her racist names. They were calling her the monkeys. They were calling her the N word, and it was
So she sued what kind of school, OG? This is a school she went
she
to or a school
she
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 visited to
schooled
talk?
she no she attended the school, right? Because I believe she's from
Oh.
Connecticut. She's from Connecticut, and she went to school with predominantly white people back then, and these were racist people that were taunting
Mm-hmm.
her, that were bullying her, and she actually sued the school system. She got the
Oh,
NAA
wow.
behind her. She got black people behind her. She was all black, pro this, black that, black this. It's the funny
Mm-hmm.
thing, and she actually won that case. She actually won, and it's funny now of how she has turned her back on, and she has benefited and profited very well off of the very people that was there for her. And it's funny because one of her classmates was actually on TikTok exposing her, that grew up and went to school with her and knows that situation and
So that statement
exposed it.
was true in that comment. They said that
Oh,
she was liberal back in 2016.
absolutely.
And you know what's shocking? Not shocking to me, OG, but I never put it past people just because, like I said, in my profession and in my education, it all kind of goes, it embeds itself. Psychology, criminal justice, and education, all embedding itself in the sense that people literally we're humans and we change and we evolve when we get understanding.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
it's so common, OG, that people will shift to where they see the people at, or they will shift to where the
This
money
is
is,
the
or the
thing.
followers, or the
You
likes,
are
and it's
you're on the money, Miss B. Listen, she realized that she could not benefit by uh uh being so pro black, that she could not get wealthy and gain the popularity as she wanted to with being so pro black. What is the biggest way to profit off of the backs of black people that has been done by so many of our own people, is to talk about our own people. When
yeah.
you have the majority of other races that are against one race of people. Now let's be clear that there is no, listen, nobody, I don't think no other race in the world would want to change places with black people. If you ask them really, would they want to change places? So what Candace did was found a way to benefit off of the very backs of the people that helped her when she needed to sue, when those white people, and it was my understanding that one of the kids that was taunting and bullying her was either the mayor of that town, son, and all of these elite people. So now all of a sudden And I don't have a problem with anybody changing their political views. That's her choice. I mean, I changed mine, so I don't have a problem with that. But when you totally try to remove yourself and say you no longer want to be involved in a culture, and your skin looks like mine, you're literally saying that you don't want to have anything to do with your blackness, who you are as a black woman, as a black individual in the world, like in this space, in the culture. For her to say those things and totally now is benefiting off of, you know, saying the nefarious things that she says a lot. And don't get me wrong, I agree with some things she have said too. She right is right and wrong is wrong, no matter how I
Exactly.
feel about your political views or feel about you as a person. If you say something that's right, it's right. But when you are wrong and you are literally trying to remove yourself totally from your race or your race of people because you change your political views and you change you married someone of a Caucasian persuasion, to me that's problematic. And she has benefited very well off the back of the very people that was there for her when she needed them, right?
I think my issue too is a doubling down part of it. Because it's like a bait and switching. That's why you really have to listen to people to understand their intentions a lot of times. Because what she does, from what I noticed, is she comes with a lot of hardcore facts and truths. I remember her saying that, I came from nothing. My family was poor, my father was poor. We didn't have much. And you speak in truth. But the precipice that I have is, you double down on whatever you feel, but don't try to take your ideal and shove it to a whole culture of people, a whole group of people. So, example of what I'm saying, guys, is like, let's say when you were younger, you were bullied by, I don't know, an Asian person, let's say. And then what you do is you find, as you get older, you find these talking points, you find these stereotypes, you find all these things to pull down that group of people because of something you went through in your childhood. Does that make sense? And so I am very keen on when I hear that. And a lot of times, like that doubling down that she does, like this whole thing with Ray J. I'm sorry, there's no premise for that. There's nothing
Yeah, yeah,
justifiable. I don't even see how in a court of law how she could do that. Just on the criminal justice side of that, it's a reach, because
yeah,
what really can you do with Kim and Ray J? They haven't been together for, I don't know, probably 10 plus
yeah,
years. And
forever,
why is this so
right,
important now? Why
right,
Whitney Houston has passed away? Like, what, you're
yep.
not proving anything that,
The
I mean,
tape, yeah. What was that
we
about? Like, yeah, like Miss B, she's an opportunist, right? She's an opportunist. She's a panderer. She is a person that literally gets her rock off of dogging out and downing the very people and community that she comes from, unfortunately. And the sad part about it is, the people that that swings to that side that she caters to, and it's almost like she's had some type of identity crisis or something. And this shit, I think she wants to be in that culture, wants to be Caucasian so bad. I really think that she wishes she's a person that wishes she was white. I think she's a
Wait a minute,
person that
OG. What
regrets
happened?
being born as a black woman. I really
What
do.
happened?
But
What happened back
go
in the
ahead.
day though, OG? Remember? Oh, I remember this because this was on like TV and the news. She went somewhere. I don't know if it was some conservative senator or governor or some man. She went to their ranch or something, and then after she left, they were like talking about her. It was something big a couple years ago, and she was hoping that they would put her on some level of position. Chat, let me know if you know what
hmm
I'm talking about.
I
It
I
was on the
remember
news. And she
I
went
remember
somewhere and
that.
she was
hmm
it the NRA or something? It was some big organization. She went
Yeah,
there
and
up and upset all
yeah,
that,
and
and then they backdoored her.
yep.
And my whole thing is, she has a conflict of interest. And I'm not even, I'm not even mad at the lady how she says white lives matter, because I understand her mindset of it. She's married to a white person, so she's gonna double down on that because it's her truth. She's married to a white person. She's gonna say white lives matter. It doesn't matter really what you say to her because she's gonna support that.
But the thing is, why would you say something that is obvious? Everybody in the world knows that. To me, things that are obvious that does not need to be said unless you're trying to spark a controversy, unless you're trying to spark or you're clout chasing, or you're doing something that is going to benefit you financially, that's going to benefit you with that other sector of people, right? So sometimes a person, I don't give a care how many degrees you got, sometimes a person can be so smart they can absolutely be dumb, and that is Candace Owens, because for one, she says she always well, I'm a black woman and I'm black, but I don't want to belong to that community. I don't want to have anything.
It's a dichotomy.
It's the whole nefariousness of her double
when
talking.
it works for you. Yeah, when it works for you,
exactly.
You want to be part of it. And so, I mean, you have to watch that shit. But the thing about it, which I know she's feeding off of, is people getting emotional from her. Do you get what I'm saying? And some people just pander because they love it. They love that they're getting a rise off of people.
Miss B, listen, the whole BLM thing, we already knew that from jump, what they were about. Yeah. And for her, listen, for exposed, her, listen, exactly, we knew what they did, let's be real though. Let's be real, who was really behind that whole movement. It wasn't us. It wasn't us. That movement was hijacked by another community of people. It was funded by a whole nother race of people. And the majority of those people that gave that almost $90 million did not look like us. So for her but see, this is what they do. They want to put the brunt of it on us when it don't even belong to us. But this is what always happens to us. That whole community, that whole, if you look on the mission statement on the Black Lives Matters website, you'll see who they cater to. If you look and do your research, you'll see who funded that. And it wasn't people that looked like us. The majority of the people that put money into that was not people. If you ask your average person, did you give to the Black Life Matters movement that's black? Most of them going to say no. Candace Owens says she gave, right? So now if you're so educated and you knew the nefariousness of this movement, why would you give to it? You see what I'm saying? But now you want to go and say this is the greatest lie ever told. No, it's not, because we already knew. So it's not the greatest lie ever told. The greatest lie ever told, we know, is the nefariousness of what you're actually doing and how you're benefiting off of this documentary monetarily that you're trying to do on the backs of black people. But black people was not at the forefront of BLM movement.
Yeah, and I think how much did they make? Oh, I think it's
almost 90
over
million.
30. Yeah, because they actually showed the tax statement of it, and and I think, like I said, it was a whole kind of even aroused to kind of make white people ashamed and make them feel like they want to do something, and like the money poured in because of them feeling like, okay, what can I do and how can I help? And I think it's a genuine ideal of wanting to help, because the issue with it is it's not safe spaces for the conversations. And if the conversations were had about race and society and they were safe places, it wasn't white people coming on here acting crazy being racist, or black people being overly pro-black and saying I don't want to listen. It's got to be a safe fair place where we can have conversations. And I know this whole thing will shift. You want to know why I know that?
And Ms. Bean,
I've done that in the environment of education, where there's black and white kids, and we have conversations, and it's open and safe, and everything comes out, and it's not a pandering to any race, white or any. And Ms.
B, you see how
there needs to be conversations.
You see how they tried to make us look bad with this whole movement and blame it on black people when it came to the looting and all the thing. Who was the ones you saw mostly on TV doing all the looting, doing all the the throwing it, busting and breaking in. It was not predominantly us though. When I saw it, it was these Antifa people that was infiltrating, coming into the communities and doing a lot of nefariousness, and then they go back home to their suburban lives and leave us to the rubbles of trying to build back up what is left of our Black community. See, and these are some of the conversations that we're not having that we need to have, when we need to really look and do the research of the whole movement and what it stood for, who was behind it and who funded it. It is not people that look like us. But when the nefariousness happens, then we're going to blame it on the Black people. So Candace Owens, with her double talking, pandering, race-based, coon ass, needs to go somewhere and sit down. Oh yeah,
I think
absolutely.
she put that in her documentary. She did. I mean, because that's the precipice of The Greatest Lie Ever Sold. She's got like all the different people. Because I seen a couple clips of the documentary, and she's going around and she's talking to different people. And I don't know if this is right. This was like, I didn't research it, but from like 2 articles that I was reading, it talked about her husband's like net worth. And once again, I believe, like I said, I think he's from the UK. And I don't know if this is right. This is just, like I said, I didn't over research it. I just looked at 2 reports, and it said he's worth like over $100 million. So even to create a documentary like this and get it funded, you're gonna have to have some good backing and some good, as far as investment into somebody being able to help you create this. So I mean, like I said, it's all something where I know there's going to be truths in a movie, because there are just some obvious truth, but I think the biggest deal is, I guess you would call it kind of like a bait and switch, or maybe a grift. It's always a push for, how can I sell this, or the capitalism of it. So even me personally, I'm not even mad at Candace, to be honest. I don't got energy to be mad at somebody I don't know. But what's not going to happen is, it's not going to just be able to go on and we don't have, like, I don't use my platform and have a conversation about what I see the holes in it. Because like I said, just me listening to her in the clip I played, it's kind of like, you're kind of all over the place. You're too intelligent to know. Or if you're going to, my whole thing is, if you're going to come into a certain space, you better know what you're talking about, or you're going to get ate up with wolves. And I believe a lot of times with her, she does know facts and evidence about a lot of things. But when you're talking about the common sense side of socially connecting with people, it's just off. And just like when she was talking to Kim here, I'm just wondering, like, where do you get off telling a woman she better, what did you tell her? She said, don't make me have to do The Greatest Lie Ever Sold, Kim Kardashian Part 2. She says, I'm honest to God, not the one you need to step to. Like that whole kind of, like, I don't know. I just feel like it's just over the top.
Like she's bad. You
one way or another.
Stop it. Stop it.
And what are we doing on social media? Like, what I never understood that. I don't understand why people go back and forth like that.
Being a keyboard gangster and know that they're not gonna do anything if she saw this person in person. Like, stop it. Like, you know what I mean?
Why would you? You're a whole mother. Like, why am I gonna go argue and fight with somebody that don't pay my bills? You don't care about me. I don't really see you in real life. Like, that whole ideal of giving that energy to this thing that's not real. And just the fact of, there's so many places money can be put to help people. I mean, there's so many people that go without. They don't have food. They don't have a lot of things. There's so many.
But see, this is the thing with us. This is the thing with us. It's like, it's some people speaking out on it, but like, when you look at the people that she used on the way up to get what she got, that are Black people, like the NAA people, Black people that marched and stood behind her when she had that lawsuit against the school. It's like, where are they? Because she tried to hold all these organizations accountable. Now where is them putting her on Front Street saying, look, you needed us when you were Black once upon a time, and you had that lawsuit for these Caucasian people that were taunting, bullying, and calling you names.
Is it recorded? Is there? Can you pull up anything now?
It should be public record. It should be somewhere on public record. I believe it happened in Connecticut.
NAACP was involved in it too.
They helped her.
Videos. Let me see.
I'm not sure about videos, but they helped her in her lawsuit. She won the lawsuit against the school. She talks about it all the time, how she had to sue this school and stuff for racial bias and things like that. And these were white people that did this to her. Now all of a sudden she has acquiesced totally into their community. She's fully vested now because she's married and have children, so she's fully vested, but it's almost like she literally gets off on belittling black people and the black culture. And I'm not saying our culture is perfect, but neither is their culture. Everybody has some Pookie and Ray Rays in all the cultures, some bad people that's done horrible things and all of the things like that. But some of the horrible things that I heard she say about like George Floyd and Trayvon and things like that, it's like, girl, sit down somewhere.
And what bothers me is she has his name on the movie. Like she says, what is it called? The Untold Truth. And then I think she put like George Floyd's name in. Like, if you're going to sell your movie and do it, why do you got to tag things on it? Why do you got to add people?
Again,
and another thing that
you already know.
Me, well, I mean, yeah, I know it, but that's what I'm saying. To me, it makes it more incredible. I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be pretty interesting because I'm pretty sure she just went in the mud trying to find people for this. But my whole thing is, and this is something that people really need to listen to, especially in the cultures and communities where you are getting de-incentivized to do anything. Every other culture knows if there's something going on in my culture, it's just like a family, like brothers and sisters and moms and dads and whatever. You just keep your mouth shut in the public about what's going on. But as a family, internally, we deal with it. And that's one thing that just lacks in the black community. People don't know how to stay on code and be quiet and just like fix it, because it's got to be fixed internal first before you can go out and try to take a side and say, oh, they're all bad, or they all we already know this. More obviously, yes, we know more black people are killing black people, right? So the fact that to get on here and get mad and say, well, white people are doing it, and then you only speak up when white people doing it, yeah, that is a problem. But why would you get on national TV making it seem like it's a us against them thing? Like, people know what they're doing, and that's what bothers me. It's the whole idea that you intentionally know what you're doing with your words, and you're creating these baiting these different group wars or race war or whatever you want to call it. It's like, and it's all for
I agree with that.
The clout, the show, the money. Like, you want something in return for it, and you don't mind losing yourself to get the accolades, to get the money. And those type of things, like I said, the ones that have wisdom and know, those are the ones you need to kind of to stay with, to keep in your environment, to keep around you, because these people are always going to be. It's not like they're going to go anywhere, but you can choose to entertain and feed into that, or you can build up like underground and try to get your community to make a stance, to do the right thing, to help, because I mean, there's a lot of things that need to be fixed in the community,
Oh yeah, I mean, for her,
it takes people working.
I agree with you totally. But I mean, she made it this big thing on her show by saying, oh yeah, and I went somewhere and all these white people came up to me and they were crying saying, thank you for giving us back our voice. Thank you, because we felt like we were being shut down. What? Like, if that is not the biggest gaslighting, like, girl, please sit down somewhere, Becky wannabe, because I can't with her. But the thing about it is, what I wish, you're right, I agree with you, Miss B. We do need to be more cohesive as a culture when it comes to things like that, is because like, we need to stop saying black on black crime like no other races have their white on white, Hispanic on Hispanic, Asian on Asian. But it's because we allow others and we put ourselves in this bad lighting that it has gotten ingrained in us, conditioned in us. And that is just not true. People, most of the things, nefariousness that happen with people of the same race is because of proximity and opportunity. And that's in all races, right? But when you in more lower impoverished neighborhoods, you're going to have more crime because of some of those very things. Lower impoverished, less resources and things of that nature, right? So the crimes are going to
and,
be
and,
tend to
and,
be
and,
higher.
you have to think about it in a sense of, like you said, opportunity. If there is no opportunity for me to excel, especially in school, there's no different what are they called, different skills being taught in school. There's no way I can go to like a school for trades or something where I can use my hands and not always like being book smart. There has to be different levels of opportunity before one gets to, I would say, high school, because at that point minds shift with a child and they really are in who they are.
Exactly.
Especially it starts really in middle school. So if there's not a mind shift by the time they're in middle school and they don't see people that look like them, it's funny. Shout out to my coworker. I was just talking to her about that. She's an Italian woman, worked with her for years. She's supported for me since day one, and we were talking about the whole ideal of black people and what's not taught in school. And I was kind of breaking down to her assignment I did with my students, predominantly white students, mostly in a predominantly white area country. And I was telling her about it, and she was saying like, and she actually did it with me because she was across the hallway from me. And we were talking about, how, she was saying how white people just don't understand and they get stuck on this. They don't understand that there is this gap of knowledge and then wealth. And she totally gets it, as a white person, because she's willing to listen to it. And I'm gonna find this other video and I'm gonna try to break down and do a stream on that, breaking into pieces, because I don't know if you've heard about it, OG. It's this Indian lady and a black lady, and they bring all these white women together. I think it's the coming of a Karen or something. I don't know, I could have quoted it wrong, but it's very insightful. And they bring all these white women and they ask at the very beginning, are you a racist? And obviously nobody raises her hand. Oh, one woman, she raised her hand. She says yes. And I think to me that was awareness, because the fact that you sit and say, oh, no, I'm not that, is more so you hiding in like those social truths that you have, but you just don't want nobody to know. And so by the end of that whole episode, I think more than half of the women, I think all of them except maybe a couple, raised their hand and said, yes, I am a racist. And the whole ideal of the concept of understanding what racism is, what being biased is, and how it socially is connecting with wealth and society and culture, classism, and what that looks like. Class, yeah. And it's and those are the conversations that need to be had, because if you don't have understanding and you stop feeling like you're the victim. I remember that show was crazy. I gotta find it. I'm gonna show you guys clips of it. The black lady was on there, the Indian lady, and this white lady, they were saying, you're a racist, right? And then she says, no, I'm not a racist. And then the other white lady says, it was just one white lady, she's speaking up on everybody. She says, no, you are racist because you haven't done anything for black people. Will you take your money in your house and everything you and your husband have and give it up for black people to have something? Will you do that? Will you take the things that this other white lady was breaking it down. And then the other white lady, she just started crying. And then the host of the show said, no, we're not having that. No, you're not. Because what do white women always do? They start crying. And it was a reality check to the women there, because they don't know what they don't know. And it's so quick to say, oh, the white women are responsible and this person is responsible. But if you do collectively try to sit down and talk to some of them, because they're the ones that are going to lead it. It's not going to be black people or nobody else. The people that are causing it are the ones you have to infiltrate with and shower them with understanding, because they're the ones that are going to affect change. Nobody else is.
That's
them
right.
in their group, if that makes sense. So I was just thinking about it on the psychology level and seeing how the wording and how they were dealing. It was awesome, and it wasn't like with me. I'm not for like you just say what people tell you, or every white person is racist and all white people are. No, that's right. Foolish to say that bull crap. Exactly. But you have to have understanding, and some black people we got it too.
Yes, and we gotta admit, like, I think all people have some prejudice, some bias.
They do
in them. That's everybody, all races. I think that's human. Because anytime people, you have
we're going to go towards people like us, and there's nothing wrong with. See, this is the problem. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be around people that are like you, because it's humanly you're attracted to that.
And especially if you grew up, born and raised predominantly in a black community, you're gonna tend to draw to your people, your culture. That's just a tribal thing. It's a culture thing. Period. Like, so I get that, but just normal prejudice and biases, we all have them as human beings. Now, I want to speak before I get off. I thank you so much, but I want to speak on Kanye, because what's happening now is, and listen, and I don't I don't care about what he said, right? I don't care about like the shirt, the T-shirt. Like I think he, like it just to me, it's just certain things you just don't do and lines you just don't cross. And I think that he kind of did that wearing that shirt, no matter what his objective was for that. But I will say this: like we knew when he was going over supporting Trump and being conservative, that was his choice to do that. We got mad at him. See what we do? We so forgiving as black people. We let him back in, right? So, but what we,
Said let him
but
back
but
in.
we let him back in to the barbecue. But what we didn't do is when Chrisette Michelle sung at the inauguration. It took that woman years to even have a career again, and she still ain't nowhere near to where she was. Like we pick and choose who we want to forgive, and that's what we need to stop doing. So now he done said this thing where they thinking he's anti-Semitic, which I don't think. I don't think the statement he made was that at all, and I think that it was truth in what he said about. And I know for factly about who the true yous are. Let's be real about that. So now what they're trying to do is they trying to make him bend the knee, kneel, kiss the ring, bow down to them. They're trying, they asking him to pull his money out of Chase and J.P. Morgan Chase, and they want him to go on this apology tour. They want him to go to the Holocaust concentration museum and all. Listen, this is what they try to do to us. But any other race can talk about us and dog us out and do whatever, and we just take it. We just supposed to take it because that's just what we do, right? So I don't buy into that at all. So I will definitely say that I agree with what he said about that. I don't think it was anything anti-Semitic about what he said, but it's certain things we need to stand on, and then it's certain things that, yeah, bro, I'm gonna call you out because that T-shirt was bogus. You should have never, ever, no matter whether you trying to be away with or make a statement or this or that, like you shouldn't have did that one, bro. That was effed up. But on the other hand, I listen. Listen, you see what they trying to do to you. So now if they telling you they don't even want your money in their bank no more, bro, then what you gonna do? Because see, next week you'll be on your social media platform talking about how black fathers ain't got rights and this and that. So bro, I'm gonna need you to stop it and make up your doggone mind which side of the fence you gonna be on. Okay, Mr. Kanye West. And I digress.
And I'm a end on that one because you brought me OG right to that was the story I forgot to bring up because I was gonna bring that up because that was something else that can you hear me, OG?
I hear you.
Okay, that was something that they said that Candace was wrong about because Candace got on I guess Twitter or something and said she doesn't understand why JP Morgan. So if you guys don't know, JP Morgan literally said, you guys know Kanye probably has hundreds of millions, they say allegedly billions of dollars. I don't know if he has it all as far as collateral, but he's probably got hundreds of millions in the bank. But JP Morgan said they do not want his money. Yeah.
Before you go back into your thing, I'm gonna step down. I got to go back in here and go finish my work day. But thank you so much for letting me come. I'm gonna listen in the background while you cook and talk about the rest of it. But I so enjoyed it, and I missed you. And I miss coming up here on your platform, so I'm glad I was able to do that with you again. I won't. Love
don't
you.
Don't be a stranger, OG. Love you too.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to briefly go through this, and then I'm going to precipice it. All right. Thank you, OG. Have a great day.
You're welcome. You too.
Bye. Okay, guys, so I'm going to briefly go through this, and then we're going to call it quits. But make sure in the comment section, I want to know, do you guys agree with this what Kanye, I mean not Kanye, I'm sorry, what Candace is saying as far as the lies that the worst lie that was ever sold? Do you think she has the right to make this documentary? It's a documentary about Black Lives Matter, or do you think she's just gaslighting? I want you guys to put that right after stream in the comment section and let me know. And this is the last part. Remember, guys, we're making the connection. So if you're just coming in, if you haven't hit that thumbs up, you need to do it. If you've been watching this whole time, hit the subscribe button. Why haven't you guys subscribed yet? And also, guys, if you haven't Make sure you guys check out the merch store. We got bottles, we got everything, t-shirts for you guys, and consider joining. We had a plethora of the channel members come through. Shout out to the channel members. And last but not least, guys, here we go. JP Morgan actually cuts ties with Kanye before his tweets, right? So you guys just heard OG talking about the tweets, and this is another big thing this is the biggest thing that Kanye is really getting dragged for. I think Twitter, I don't know if they suspended his account or banned him, but yes, he can't tweet anymore because of his tweet about anti-Semitic issues, right? So it says Candace Owens appears to blame the end of Yeezy's JP Morgan relationship on West's recent controversies, but that's not the case, the Daily Beast has learned. So basically this happened, guys, before, way before his tweets, JP Morgan. And to me, I don't get it. I'm not a banker. If I got bankers in the chat, let me know. I don't even understand that connection. I don't understand what green has to do with what a person says. Money is money. Money has no emotion. Money has no feeling. Money has no direct connection to a person. It is very fluid. It comes and goes. So let's see what JP Morgan actually says. So they told him, I think he has a month, guys, to get all his money out of their account. 1 month. Hey, she stole my thunder. Hopefully you're having a great day. It is OG day. All the day ones are coming through, showing love. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for supporting and all the support you guys have done throughout these last 11 months here, guys, doing these streaming, and you guys supporting, and you sponsoring the channel, you guys getting merch. Shout out to everybody that's buying merch. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for the support. And shout out to Crystal, who just joined the Finesse channel membership Friday. Shout out to you, Crystal. Okay, guys, so it says, contrary to what Candace Owens insinuated, JP Morgan ended his banking relationship with Kanye West last month. Okay, they said weeks before the rapper, fashion designer, lost his access to social media accounts over an anti-Semitic tweet. On Wednesday, Owens posted a photo of a letter addressed to West from JP Morgan Chase, saying that the bank has decided to end its banking relationship with Yeezy LLC and its affiliate entities. The bank gave West until November 21 to move his assets to another bank or receive the remainder of his funds via a check. They are not playing with that. They said he has a couple weeks, guys, because it's almost November. Well, we got about a month to move his money. So this is what Candace sent. And I don't even understand why she's jumping on this. She says, Kanye is her friend or whatever. I guess your friend for a couple months or whatever, however long she's known him. But, especially when you're dealing with issues, like I said, when you're dealing with bank and stuff like that, financial things, I don't even understand what the premise of that was. But they said that she was totally wrong for that. That's not true. And I guess that was her sticking up for her friend, Ye, right? Since Owens, a conservative commentator, we already know who she is, They said she has grown close to Yeezy. The founder in the recent weeks claimed that the bank gave no official reason for the severance. And I don't know why that matters to her. I don't even know. It's his money. I don't know why that matters. Anyways, however, she appeared to frame JP Morgan's decision as a backlash against West's recent controversies. And she says, I want to say that I do not care what you think about Ye West, but I very much care what you think about this. We have reached extremely frightening times in this country. Yeah, this is extremely frightening times, but it ain't got to do with Kanye's money. There's a lot of worse things going on in the world that need to be talked about, discussed, and had conversations on. Not Kanye's money and where it's going. It's irrelevant. That's just me, guys. Let me know, Finesse fan, what you think in the chat. Wait. Chase is giving Conway. JP Morgan is Vaughn. Yeah, I'm talking about all his money, and that's what makes this really, really odd. It makes this really, really odd. And they're giving him a month. He has to November 21st to get all his money and assets out and go to another bank, or they will give him a check and dispense his money. And I didn't really see any justification to why they're doing this. Let's see. It says Candace Owens says bank kicked West out, but the bank's move, here we go, was unrelated to West's recent causatistic remarks. A source close to the situation tells that the letter was sent September 20th, weeks before he did his anti-Semitic tweets, allegedly. The source added that the letter was actually sent after West's interview with CNBC last month, in which he announced his intention to stop banking with JP Morgan so here it is. Now you got breaking news, what it actually is, instead of all the other gossip, right? So it says the source added that the letter was actually sent after West's interview with CNBC last month, in which he announced his intention to stop banking with JP Morgan, while also railing against his corporate partnership with the Gap and Adidas. And this is what he said, and I quote, and it's weird how a bank would get on top of this. Why would you care what somebody says and then say, oh, I don't want your money spent? So this is all kind of, if you're a banker or in finances and banking, let me know. Is this normal for banks to do, to just give you a letter if you talk about them publicly? I don't know. All right. So she says, let me see. It says, this is Kanye West, and I quote, it says, I'm moving my money from JP Morgan over to Bank of America, possibly because I go and I move 140 million over to JP Morgan. And CEO Jamie Dimon never calls me, West said at the time. I find out Gene Ehrlich is one of the heads of the board at Adidas and one of the heads of the board at JP Morgan. So a conflict of interest right there. And they already treat me a certain way at Adidas. It doesn't matter how much money you move over there. Okay, so that's what Kanye was saying. The reason why he didn't want his money there, but he wasn't taking it out yet. So I guess JP Morgan got on top of that. They said, before you take all that money out, we just gonna give you this little paper to say you can exit the premises, right? Says it remains unclear how the termination between JP Morgan and West actually unfolded and whether it was a mutual decision. All right. Says West ended his partnership with if you guys didn't know, Kanye West ended his partnership with the Gap last month. Adidas placed his own partnership with West under review days before his anti-Semitic remarks. So apparently, guys, he says he wants to leave Gap. He wants to leave the Gap. He wants to leave Adidas. And guess what, guys? To be honest, me and my husband had this conversation. Kanye West, he's got such a backing with his followers, and he has such a backing with his fans that I think he'll be fine as long as he brings some people with him that artistically follow his vision. I don't think he needs the backing of these big companies. I think it was great that he kind of rode the train with them and got in, but I really think he can do this himself. As long as his mind is steady and clear and he's got a good team around him. And let me know in the chat too, in the comments, do you guys believe that Kanye could hold his own and still progress without Gap and without Adidas under him? Do you think his brand and his accessories and his business would blow up? That's another question for you guys that I want you to put in the comment section after the stream. Oh, thank you, She Stole My Thunder. Shout out to you. We got the Canadian money. Shout out to you. Thank you for the super chat. She says, love coming to hear your conversations. Thank you. I'm trying to appeal to or attend to a lot of you, especially I know a lot of you work when I normally stream early in the day, so I'm trying to move some of the streams to the afternoon just so you guys can be at home more relaxed when you come in and you get more opportunity to be able to engage in the chat instead of peering in and out when you know you're at work, you're supposed to be working, and you guys still listen to me. So shout out to you guys for that. And thank you for that. She Stole My Thunder. I appreciate your support since the beginning, day one again of Finesse family, right? Shout out to you and thank you. So once again, guys, that is the update. That is the raw and real information as to what happened with Kanye West. This had nothing to do with his anti-Semitic tweets, as Candace Owens was saying, and everybody else. This was a situation where Kanye West had said in the CNBC interview that he wanted to part ways with JP Morgan because he's seen a conflict of interest with one of the men on the board at JP Morgan and Adidas, and also he did not like how Adidas was treating him, and he just wanted to part ways. And for some reason, not sure why, JP Morgan just said, you know what, we'll give you the pink slip ahead of time, my guy. You can go ahead and part ways with us. So I don't understand that. Once again, I'm not in finances, I talk about what I do know, but I don't even see that connection. And let me know if you do. Put that in the comment section too after the stream. If you understand this and you know why JP Morgan would send that money over and not want JP Morgan would not want somebody's money and finances. I have no clue on that. That doesn't even make sense to me. Money is money. But let me know your opinion about that, guys. Definitely let me know. Definitely let me know, guys. That is crazy. But you guys got it here. I gave you guys all the facts. I digested it, chunked it out for you like a lesson you would get if you were in school. I got all the information. I tried to layer it so you guys could see the beginning from the end instead of just talking about a talking point from one website or one article. Once again, if you did not know, at the very beginning we broke down Mr. Ginuwine, the R&B singer, was trending because he had been hurt. Basically, he did a show with Chris Angel. The show actually came out already, or it's going to be airing in 2 weeks. And he initially drowned, guys, in trying to be in a tank of water. He was doing some stunt, right? And they had to send him to the hospital, but he's okay. And I showed you guys a video of him talking. He's actually talking on his social media saying he was okay. This was recorded about a month or so ago. He is feeling better. He literally, I guess he ran out of oxygen or inside the tank. He was in a tank chain together, guys. It was a stunt he was performing to be on the show. And a lot of you are saying, what the heck is he doing that for? That don't even make sense. That's dumb. But he said, guys, he was trying to face his fear of drowning or being underwater. So I can give him shout outs and props for trying to face his fears. But I mean, why am I going to face my fear when I can't even move? Like, I'm going to be trapped inside of a box, locked with some chains? No, that's creating more trauma and fear in your heart and mind. But shout out to the Ginuwine. You guys know him as an old school lover. What's the song? Yeah, Pony. He had all kind of songs. And you guys remember he was married to Soleil. Yeah. So yep, he said he passed out during an underwater magic stunt. So we went over that. Showed you guys a video. Hashtag replay gang. Go ahead and speak on that too. Let's see. What's up? Man, this is Day One Friday. This is OG, aka Day One Friday. You guys are in the building today. I see you guys like later shows. I'm gonna have to just come in with later shows because I see more of us are coming in and out in the later show. Trash Can Waves, Day One. My homie Trash Can, Freaker Friday. What up, Trash Can Waves? So hopefully you're having a great day today. Trash Can Waves is in the building. One of the Day One supporters. Also appreciate him and his support. And then guys, the last thing we just talked about, a lot of you have had discussions about this. A lot of you felt some type of way about this because once again, we just talked about this last week. And if you missed that stream last week, you guys need to go in and rewatch that stream last week. We talked about Candace Owens and Kanye with the White Lives Matter shirt and the whole backlash that was going on with that. And now recently, guys, they are saying that Candace is influencing Kanye, and that their friends believe that she's influencing him. She's controlling his goings, his appointments, and all this. And we come to find out that's not true. I brought up the statement that Candace put out on social media, and then this website, this one CMZ, they retracted what they said at 8:28 this morning, and then they went to agree with what Candace was saying. They say Candace tells us she has no part in planning the shirts with Kanye West. And I would have to concur to disagree with that, because if you go to a fashion show, you're not going to be dressed in an oversized t-shirt at no fashion show. Who wears that to a fashion show? You cannot tell me that wasn't planned, because nobody wears that to a doggone fashion show. You're not that fashion forward. I'm sorry. But she says allegedly that she had no part in planning the shirts with Kanye West, nor has she been working as an advisor, saying despite the veracity of the statement, White Lives Matter, it is patently false that Ye and I were planning for a few weeks, as you claim in your story. She says, and you will recall from my interview with Tucker Carlson, I had no idea I would be wearing this t-shirt until I arrived in Paris as a guest to Ye's fashion show. So Ye Did he give you the shirt? Because obviously if he gave it to you, then that's probably why you wore it, right? But anywho, once again, what do you guys think about all that madness? You know, we had a panelist come up, OG, she was talking about how this is a hot mess. And also, guys, I was reading a comment that somebody put in under one of these articles, and I asked you guys to reference and resource it and check it, fact check it for me. Because I didn't have time to go in, and come to find out, we had one of the Finesse fam come up, and she talked about how, yes, this is true, before 2016, Candace Owens was a liberal, and she had a YouTube channel talking about liberal issues, apparently maybe issues with black people and all that, and I guess that wasn't taking off. It wasn't selling the way she wanted to. It wasn't getting the likes, the views, and the pay. And then the commenter said on this article that literally after 2016, she closed that liberal site, opened up another site. She came out a couple years later, and she opened up this conservative website, and that just took off, obviously, because she was basically talking about what black people should do. And my whole thing is, if you're gonna tell somebody what to do, you need to be a part of the change. Stop getting on here saying what people should do, but you're not investing in them. You're not creating schools. You're not going back to your communities, helping them. So then all you're doing is gaslighting. You're just talking, you know, and it just gets on my nerves when people just gaslight just for the clout, for the money, for whatever they want to do. And it always comes back on you, right? Trash Can Waste is blast from the past. I'll always be here. I know that. It's all the. Okay, I gotta stop. I have to just show the love to my Finesse family. I have to do that. You guys know, every stream I give you guys credit. I always show you love. You guys know I'm never here just gassing myself up and saying what I am, because you guys tell me what I am and who I am, and I appreciate the love and support, the channel sharings, the support as far as liking, coming up, commenting, coming up on the panel, commenting, the donations, the cash apps, the buy me the coffees, you guys that are buying merchandise, you guys that are joining the channel membership. I definitely want to take the time to stop and thank you wholeheartedly, right? Because those of you that do live stream and you do YouTube, you know it's not a joke. It's a lot that goes into this. It's times where you just don't feel like doing it. It's times where you feel like maybe you're not getting what you feel like you need or deserve. It's times where you feel like you should have got more views or whatever on that topic you had. And it's just all kind of things you deal with as a YouTuber. And the fact that you guys show up, like I was saying from day one, y'all day one to remember I had that bad audio. But you guys still came, and you guys were talking in the stream, and you would come up on a panel, and just, you guys seen the growth of this channel, and you guys have been here from the beginning. And I have to give you guys the credit where credit is due. Shout out to all the channel members. Shout out to the channel members that popped through today. We had Peter M. Investor, BGH channel member. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to everybody that's supported the channel. Just shout out to you guys, man. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you taking the time, because you could be anywhere else, but you guys are here. I shout out to you guys that actually come in the chat, because I know a lot of you are watching, your voyeurs. You watch and listen. Sometimes you're at work, or you're running errands and busy. But shout out to you guys that take the time to type something in the chat, because guys, if you don't know, with YouTube, that's an impression. When you guys type in the chat after the stream, this is why I keep pushing this. Go after every stream, guys, and comment. Even if you missed the stream, you went back and watch it, go back and comment. Spend the weekend and comment on all the videos. All of you have been in most of all the videos. Those are impressions. Those help get you pushed to the YouTube suggestions at the top. Also, when you guys like, that helps the YouTube algorithm. When you guys join the channels, as far as channel membership, that shows YouTube that people are engaged. All the things that you guys are doing, it's helping. So please make sure you guys are commenting the comments after the stream, under the videos, especially with people, those that are newer channels and smaller. That makes other people say that, oh wow, there's something going on with their channel. People are responding, they're commenting. It definitely helps the channel. Let's see. Once again, guys, if you want to get the merch, it's on the icon under the videos. Also, it's in the description, and you guys see it in the chat. So shout out to you guys that already bought merch from the Finesse Family Boutique store. Shout out to you guys. Yep, Trash Can, when he said shout out to Candace. Trash Can should have been here earlier when we went through all that. He says, just woke up. I like her. Yeah, I can't even say I don't like her. I'm not gonna be one of those. It's like that's black or white, because I do. I like the fact that she is very well versed. I like the fact she understands history. I think some things she's kind of extra salacious on. I think some things she's over the top on. But as far as like her, as far as to be well versed on things, I think that her cadence and how she talks, and the topics that she does focus on that have grounding to help, I think are very well. But I think a lot of times she is she's salacious on a lot of things. But yeah, I don't have nothing bad to say against her, to be honest with you. I just don't like when you use salaciousness, or you use other people to get ahead. That's anybody. I don't care who you are, black, white, or indifferent. Thank you, Trash Can Waves. It says salute to continual growth, and I appreciate that. I mean, you could be anywhere else. Trash Can Waves says he's here, and salute to the continual growth, and I appreciate it, guys. So if all hearts are clear, anybody has anything they want to add to it, let me know. Otherwise, we're going to end it. You guys know I try to keep the streams at about an hour, so they're good viewing quantity for especially those that are new to the channel and they don't know anything about the Finesse family, they're first watching. I like to kind of concise it into an hour, but we had to do it today. We did our 2 hours today. We got it in. Shout out to She Stole My Thunder. She says, love hearing and coming to this conversation. I appreciate that super chat. Also, shout out to BGH. Thank you for your super sticker. No comments, just the love. Shout out to BGH for that. I appreciate your support and continued support. Also, Peter Investor M, shout out to you, channel member. Appreciate you and your support. Let's see what you guys are saying. Joshua Wayne says she got that black girl attitude, but it's weird when she's on the conservative side and using it. Yeah, you missed the Trash Can Ways. Well, you probably were watching, but yeah, when she was, I was showing you guys post when she was talking to Kim, and she's talking all this to Kim, like, I'm not the one that you want to mess with. So I guess, you know, her blackness comes up when she needs it, I guess, when it's necessary. But yeah, I didn't know about her suing, I guess, school because of how they treated her and I guess racist remarks. But basically, Trash Can Waves, we were responding to a comment under one of the articles, and they were saying that before 2016, Candace was liberal, and now she's conservative, and she's coming with a vengeance. So, yeah, Trash Can's laughing. All right, guys, much love to you guys. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully, you guys have a great day with your families today. I'm hoping that you guys take this conversation. If you agree or disagree, if you're indifferent, guess what? It still matters. So take this conversation and go with your family, your friends, your co-workers, your acquaintances, and keep the conversation going. Talk about and be open to listen to people's views if they agree or disagree. I think a lot of times people are so emotional, especially when it's coming to politics, and they just get so emotional their ears closed. And my whole thing is I'm listening for understanding, because you can catch a lie and the truth is always going to stand. So don't get so emotional. Just be willing to hear and listen to people, and the truth is going to stand. You understand? You don't have to change your view, but have the willingness to listen for understanding, because a lot of times people have meat, but you want to throw away all the bones. But get the meat out of people, and don't be so emotional when you're listening to them. Man, this was a great conversation. You guys are awesome. You guys are so awesome. OG says, have a great weekend, everyone. Trash Can Wayne says deuces. And with that being said, Finesse family, I appreciate you. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Once again, let's see if the Finesse family knows. What are we here? What does Finesse stand for? I want to see if you guys can put it in the chat before we head out. What does the Finesse family stand for, guys? Put it in the chat. Finesse family, what are we, guys? We are, Finesse is an acronym if you didn't know, and it stands for we are faithfully innovating, we inspire here, we're naturally effective, which means we're not trying to be anybody but ourselves. That's me, you get the whole me, not trying to be or do nobody else's but my thing. And we seek success every day. You guys have a great weekend. I will see you guys next week. Oh yeah, guys, We're talking about life insurance. Don't you turn your head. I said it, life insurance. Some of you hear that word and you run to the hills. We're going to have a great Finesse fam on here that specializes in life insurance, and they're going to break down all questions. So if you have any questions about life insurances, you get it, you don't get it, term, whole, what should you have at what age, we're going to have somebody here to talk about it, and this is going to be Tuesday. So set your notification, turn the bell on Tuesday, I believe at 5. Turn it on and come back and bring a friend, bring a family member, and have your ears ready to hear, guys. So you guys have a great day. Blessings to you guys, and I will see you, and much love. Bye, guys.